mate. How you going?
Oh, hey there. You're always here. Great to be back up at the bar of your friendly local for another episode of Counter Lunch, the very friendly and virtual pub podcast experience. We might be physically distant at the moment. Doesn't mean we can't be equally emotionally stunted behind the bar of a pub and pretending to be at a pub. Ben's here too. Hi, Ben.
G'day, Ewan. How are you, mate?
I'm very, very well. How are you going with it all at the moment?
I'm all right. Keeping quite busy, and with the little one, isolation is pretty much not really isolation. You're just kind of rolling with the punches. So we're all good. All good. How's your week been?
Well, it hasn't changed an awful lot for me. Still got to turn up at work every day, but then stuck at home on weekends, which is a bit dry. But that's why we do this.
Yeah, well, that's right. But this
And I think last time we did it, and I wasn't sure there'd be another one, but I think we realised why we missed going to the real pub the most, and it's for those problem solving abilities of it. It's like getting together around a big pile of butcher's paper, but in real life.
A mind map.
A mind map.
Really brainstorming and bantering it out until you come up with the solution.
Yeah. Should I dump my boyfriend? Should I? Well, I should. Yeah. Should I quit my job? Should I get a mortgage through the Northern Rivers Mortgage Insurance Agency?
Well, I mean, I'm surprised you didn't go through Kaz's ClickFunnels from last week and put an inquiry through, and you might be well on your way to be a homeowner at this stage.
Well, worth pointing out that not sponsored by Northern Rivers Mortgage Insurance anymore. That was they've pulled their funding for this episode.
Hey, so I was thinking about it, and it's something that kind of dawned on me through the week. So I bought a house a couple of years ago, and I bought it fully renovated because I'm pretty useless in terms of fixing things.
On the big dollar.
Pretty useless at fixing things, and just through the week, the back gutter of my veranda started coming off, and during heavy rain, and obviously it does rain quite a bit where I am, but the gutter pulled away, and I was pretty useless in order to put it back on properly. So I had to call in the bloke across the road, which is probably the second handiest bloke I know. But it led me to think a bit further about this whole Corona thing, and something that when I saw you a couple of months ago, Ewan, before lockdown, and we were kind of discussing this in quite detail, that there's going to be a point that Corona turns into a full-on zombie outbreak.
Yes.
And I've come to the realization I'm definitely not ready for it.
No.
Because I'm pretty useless. Like, I don't really know the first thing I'd do. I mean, I could go to Bunnings and stock up, but I don't even know what aisle to drop into to pick things up. So, yeah, I know we discussed this quite a bit, but yeah, it's kind of weighing on me now.
Well, you're in a bit of luck because to the virtual pub podcast experience, I have invited two people from very different backgrounds with very different sets of knowledge and skills, a teacher and a tradie, and together I think they might be able to help solve this dilemma.
Excellent. Who have you got? Who's coming down to have a beer with us?
Well, Emily's here and Matt's here. You'll have to work out as we go along which one's the teacher and which one's the tradie.
Are you having a drink today, Ewan?
I've gone back to beers for this week.
No more Riesling?
No, it gave me a real off vibe last time.
Yeah. I think it polarized a lot of listeners as well, to be honest.
we lost the three that we already had.
Can I get a schooner of soda water with real lime in it? Not that cordial. Thanks.
Hey, Emily, how you been?
Not too shabby. How are you guys?
We're good.
Can we get you a drink?
I've got one. Thanks, fellas. I'm sorted for now, but maybe next round. Yeah.
It's normally how I...
It's how rounds usually work with you. And anyway, it's just kind of snipe in. He turns up, you tell him to meet you down at the pub at 3:30 or whatever, and, he'll rock up just like 3:45 after someone's bought the first, so he's skipping out. But good. Emily, what are you drinking?
Look, I'm supporting one of the local businesses of my Inner West area. I've got a Grifter Pink Galah, which is a pink lemonade sour beer.
Hey.
I don't know whether that's worse than the sweet Riesling from last week.
It's definitely 100% better.
So, Emily, are you the teacher or are you the tradie?
Am I allowed to tell you?
You could figure it out from the drink, can't you?
You're the teacher.
Well, I'm on holidays at the moment. Yeah, I am, and I'm but I'm off the clock today and tomorrow, back to school on Monday.
Have you had many students for the last few weeks, months?
It dropped off a lot in the last couple of weeks of term. And I was classified as one of the teachers who should be working from home, supported to work from home after I got a note from my doctor. And so I've been working from home I worked from home for the past 2 weeks of term.
So what does that entail? You've still got to teach, but you do it via the internet.
Yeah, we use Google Classroom at our school. So I have to be online following the timetable of my classes and in the Google Classroom online during the timetable period to answer any questions students have about the work.
Do you pick, like, Zoom has a background and, like, I've got the pub as my background at the moment, but do you, when you do a Google Classroom, can you, like, put some, like, Harvard lecture hall behind you so you kind of feel like you're in the time and place, or, you know, are you just kind of sitting in your lounge room with the laptop open type of thing?
Well, I haven't used Zoom with my kids yet.
Can you say they're my kids? Is that fine? Like,
I should call them students, not kids.
Clients?
Yeah.
Like a class of clients?
my customers?
Customers?
It's getting that way, but I'll try not to let my political leanings get into this conversation too much.
Oh, no, do.
I could get myself into trouble.
Do you see them down at your local neighbourhood brewery having a can of pink galah grifter lemonade ale? No, you don't see. That's good. That's handy.
No, I haven't seen them. No, so that's why I go there, just to maintain that distance, you know. But there is a chance that I would run into my students out in the wild because at our school, a lot of them are from refugee backgrounds, and so they're a bit older when they're in school. So I'm teaching them in year 11 and they're like 20. So they could be, you know, they could be down at the local, you know, brewery drinking a sour beer.
Well, it's probably easier than teaching kids, is it?
It's a bit weird when you've got a mix of like the 16-year-olds and then the 20-year-olds in the same class. Like you've got the 16-year-olds, the late bloomers who are still like, you know, feeling all their feelings, and then there's the really chilled out adult ones who just don't have time for their rubbish.
With a beard.
There are some, impressive beers.
They're not trading super dupers anymore, are they?
Yeah, you can't win them over with a lollipop. I don't know what track that was heading down, but Emily, what is your teaching specialty?
English.
That's the easiest one, isn't it? English.
Oh, yeah. We all speak it, right?
I brought up that issue earlier with the whole zombie thing, and it is, you know, you can laugh at it and say it's a bit dumb, which it is. But what would you do to say it hits the news, full-on zombie outbreak? What's your, like, first survival instinct? Like, what are you doing initially? Like, you might be teaching your classroom, wrapping up your Microsoft Teams, Google Classroom, Zoom, like you're trying to find the right background or whatever, and you just comes over across text message, full-on outbreak. What's your next move?
I don't know. Do I stay in Sydney or do I try and get out of the city? If I stay in Sydney, I think I'll be okay because I've, you know, built up this nice veggie patch in the backyard. I can probably have salad for a week, and that's the extent of my survival plan in the city.
That sounds like the extent of your lifespan as well.
You can't kill zombies with salad.
Yeah, look,
You might be able to make friends, but you can't kill zombies with salad. It's a fact.
I don't think I'm going to be one of those ones who survive, you know? Not one of the heroes of the zombie apocalypse story. I'm just going to be some of the fodder.
This isn't helping me. Yeah, this isn't helping me. But, you know, appreciate that. I mean, like, I've been trying to grow a veggie patch, and perhaps in a few weeks we might do a veggie patch episode, and then we can bring you back down for that one. But Where's
Matt? He'll help.
Hey, you guys, how are you?
G'day, Matty.
Welcome to the virtual pub.
Nice day at the virtual pub.
Is it missing anything?
Just that background drone that, you know, it just takes the edge of being able to hear anything.
Oh, we've got that.
That's perfect. Yep. I can just sit in the corner now and just sort of like nod and pretend like I can hear you, but I actually can't.
Respect.
Just like, oh, yeah.
You get very good at lip reading at a pub, don't you?
Yeah.
So, Matty, you're the handiest guy I know. So the guy across the road is now the second handiest. And
thanks, mate.
I think to describe you to people listening, like you obviously you hold a couple of trades. So you walk into Bunnings and you know exactly where to go. Like you go in, you're not asking aisle numbers. You click, you're helping on the tongs, at the barbecue?
I don't mind going for a wander through Bunnings. I find that they're quite unhelpful in there.
Oh.
So most of the time you might as well just go find what you need yourself.
There goes our Bunnings sponsorship chances. But
yeah, not sponsored, but sadly won't be now. That's right. No problem. Thanks,
Sorry.
Matt, one of the coolest things I think about your story is you built runways for planes in Antarctica, which I think's like pretty cool.
Had a bit of time doing that while I worked in Antarctica for 12 months as a mechanic, and then spent a bit of time on machinery, building runways, getting the next season's crew in, which was a pretty good experience.
what's that? It's just like pushing snow out of the way.
Yeah, so if you get any snow drifts or anything, flatten all them out, get a groomer, get it all nice, and then just to test it, you just run a snowmobile down there and make sure it's smooth enough, and then planes are good to land.
High pressure. If you get it wrong, if you leave a snowball in the middle,
Yeah.
you could be responsible for the next
Oh, they're
Tom Hanks movie.
quite big planes, like Hercules-sized planes.
Oh, so they'll roll it, steam it flat.
Yeah, they just finished the job for you.
Yeah, just flatten it out.
So the pilot wouldn't put in like a bad Facebook review or something.
Bad review. Please don't land in Antarctica.
Yeah. Antarctica International. Yeah, I think you would have been an obvious choice if you lived across the road, Matty, to help me with my gutto. And you mentioned before you came down to the pub when we were having a chat earlier that you've renovated your house and stuff.
Yep.
We asked you to have a think about what you would do if a zombie outbreak was to occur. I've kind of cooked up one that I would do. And so I live in Newcastle these days, and I live at the end of a no-through road. So I think I'd get my wife to go and take the emergency kit and a bag, and then to drive out of town. I'd have to meet her somewhere, but I'd have to go and steal like a proper car, like a proper big dog ute type of thing.
Do you know how to do that?
Well, you'd find someone that has that, that's about to get in their car and the keys are in it, and you just kind of, I don't know, it'd be hard. You'd have to cross a few moral lines, but times are, this is extreme.
Just wait till they become a zombie and then sneak in there. So you're not really stealing because they're already, they don't need the car anymore.
Dead.
Yeah, but Matt, the whole in that is you're just shadowing them until they become a zombie. So there's a lot of risk there with you becoming one yourself.
Yeah. It's not a great plan. It's a risky plan, but it's a plan.
And sometimes that's all that counts.
So, Matt, I picture you in this scenario and if you remember the movies Mad Max, is the guy, not the guy that's standing on top of that big amplifier stack with the guitar shooting the flames out, but you're probably the guy at the bottom of that built it. And you're keeping everyone's fleet on the road. And, that was a pretty hardcore movie. So that's how, I view you in this scenario. So I'd try and steal one of these cars and then I'd go and find some kind of weapon, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know how to shoot a gun. So I suppose I've got like an Ozito drill, not sponsored, Ewan. And that's probably about it. And that just puts IKEA furniture together quickly. But that's probably about it. So I'd have to go and get a crowbar or something from Bunnings. And maybe you can help me out what aisle that's in. But what would you do?
I think just head west. Just get away from people. Just go and I'd probably head west to the in-laws farm and then just hang out there, ride it out.
Have they got a veggie patch?
A few thousand acres of different different foods.
You're surviving longer than I am then. Yeah.
Come out. I'll let you know where it is. You can be in my inner circle, and we can have like a little commune.
Wow.
Bring your veggies. Don't tell too many people.
Emily, it probably helps. It probably helps keeping in touch with Matt, and you probably haven't spoken to Matt for a while, but keep in touch with Matt because
I will now.
of this, he might, when the outbreak and you get that text from the government to say full-on outbreak, Matty might swing by Enmore or Newtown or the inner west.
That's the opposite way.
And pick you up to go out.
Not going east.
Yeah, but
How are you putting your tradie skills to good use though, Matt? Yeah, at the moment your escape plan is largely the same as the teacher amongst us.
Get to the veggies.
Yeah, cause as little drama as possible.
Yeah, but,
You're not getting on the front foot.
yeah, but I've got a wife and little girl to think about now. I've got to take them out to safety.
Oh,
No collateral damage. Just you've probably got a big dog car as well. I'm probably shadowing you to try and get your car.
Yeah. Look, bring your little car out. You can get behind us, and then we can just get out there safely.
Like a cycle peloton, just kind of smash through them, and I'm just kind of following from behind. So, but this leads me then, and that kind of begs on Ewan's question, Matt. But putting your trade to a good use, and Emily, just say you've arranged it with Matt. You've got a ride out to the in-laws' farm, wherever that is, out west. It's undisclosed because obviously if it does happen, Matty wants to keep that under his hat.
I don't want too many people.
In this scenario, Matt's picked you up. You've filled a bag full of vegetables.
Has he though? I don't.
No, he has. I
don't think he's come all the way. Has he? Matt, what a guy.
In this scenario.
What a guy.
And you've lived through it, right? There's this outbreak. So there's zombies everywhere, but you're in safety. Matt set you up. He's built you a cubby house out the back kind of thing. And he's starting another community on his farm or whatever. But you need a commerce solution. So you need something to sustain yourself. And obviously money doesn't exist. People have looted and raided things. But you still need to be able to live by swapping and selling things or trading things. What would and I think you're going to say veggies, but is it perhaps a Zoom conference call on how to grow veggies, like teach the man how to fish?
So is this now that we're out in this new zombie safe haven? Are the zombies still around, but we've sort of worked out how to survive? Or the zombies are.
No, Emily, you haven't had to do that. Matt's taken care of all of that. You're just living. You're living. Matty's he's got it sorted. He's picking them off with however he does it.
I think I'd go look, I'm not surprised that yet again the man has solved all the problems and been the hero. Not surprised. That narrative continues. But what I would do once we're in that safe space, I would be I'd be making things. I would be and trading them.
But you're a girl.
I know.
No, we're only saying because Matt's background, he's very skilled in these things. So obviously your skill set is completely different to Matty's. You could flip it around. Matt could be, teaching classrooms for the next generation. And you could be...
Are people going to be going to school in this new world? They want school? Is it just remote learning? Is it like now?
But is there if it's that bad, is there still internet? Is there anything?
It's a good point.
Mm.
If it's a long-term solution, we still need teachers. They need to teach.
I'll be ready to jump back in whenever, but I can
grab some textbooks on your way out.
I could, but they're ready to go. It's all up in here though. It's all in the narrative and in the storytelling. I can manufacture simple furniture and French polish. I can cook. I can preserve. I can garden. I can perform basic maintenance on a car. These are all skills that I have separate to my vocation.
You sound a lot handier than me.
She's actually probably bumped up the list above you two.
I'd say so. You've obviously...
You want your furniture French polished in this apocalypse, don't you?
Yeah.
That's what you want.
You might be a mercenary, Matt. Someone on the property next to you go, look, we've got a mob of zombies in this back paddock. Can you come and handle them for me? And you'd be like, all right, I'll do it. Just give me 3 kilos of eggplants and I'll get it done for you.
Gotta go bong some zombies on the head.
Would you be right to kill Matt? Do you reckon?
Probably not. I don't think that'd be my spot.
Well, there's your first problem.
See, I think with that, Ewan, I think that could be in us. I think that could be.
I think that's how we get ahead. We're happy. We're so morally bankrupt that we're, unlike Emily and Matt, we'll happily kill. If it means we can get ahead.
with pleasure. What's your commerce solution, Ewan? What do you...
Fuel.
That's a good one.
Yeah, if you can take over a petrol station or a petrol truck, whatever they're called, petrol tanker, I think.
Petrol truck kind of fits the label.
You've got something that everybody needs all of a sudden, you're not fair game because you're the fuel truck man.
I feel like you're putting a big target on your back.
Yeah, an explosive one too. You know what I reckon wouldn't be a lot of use, though? Guns. Lots of people, I think, would go, let's get guns, particularly around where you are, Matt. Lots of people would go, well, I'd just grab guns and I'd go off into the hills. But you can only use guns so much before you need to go back to the gun shop and get some stuff to put in the gun, don't you, Matt?
Yeah.
So once you've killed 20 zombies, then all of a sudden your gun's no better than a blunt shovel.
Maybe, but that's 20 zombies you don't have to kill with something else.
True that. But they make a lot of noise too, so they'd attract more zombies. Whereas if you just had a sharp shovel, you could at least kill zombies, do it quietly, dig holes for them, and go to the toilet. You could do lots of different things.
Hopefully they're the standard type, slow-moving zombie that sort of, just trundles along and not the, World War Z type, running, climbing, piling, bit of trouble then.
We should have defined what type of zombies we were dealing with.
Or aqua zombies, and they move like dolphins. That's a whole nother echelon that I don't think we've got enough time to explore that now. So Ewan's going to be a fuel mogul, and I'm, I personally think, knowing Ewan very well, he wouldn't be able to protect his service station. There's no way in hell. He's good. He's good with people though, Ewan. So he might be able to manipulate a few people into doing it for him, protecting him. He'd be like Ewan Exotic. Like he'd be, have a bunch of misfits around him, just kind of running the gallons, selling it for eggplants or whatever his preferred vegetable is. I'd probably even help him. I haven't really got a place to be yet. I've tried to protect my family. I'm probably out living on Matt's farm, actually. If you just flick me the address, Matty.
I'll send you a message.
So you haven't put much thought into it at all, Ogden?
I was thinking, because last time we chatted about this, Ewan, I was taking the piss out of your old boss saying that his business was going to be, if it all went to shit, it was going to be service station reading glasses. And then I said, why would anyone want service station reading glasses? Because who's reading? People are like looking at that popcorn packet of that microwave popcorn going, oh, is that a 2 or a 3 minutes? Like, no one's, they're just kind of like, whatever. It turns into more practical solutions, right? Like people are like, they want to, they might want to learn how to grow food or like how to shoot a gun or whatever. It's all doing things.
Yeah, all things you can do through literature, but anyway.
Yeah, you're right.
And people have a lot more time.
You're right. But
that's true.
I think my tack, it might be booze. I think I might go and get some bottles of like liquor and just peddle booze. And I think like smaller bottles, so they attract like spirits or something. They go for a higher value. And I don't need a big truck like your tanker to get fuel around. I just need like a truck that I've stolen off Matt in the lead up when I thought he was
just moonshine.
So I think that's how I'd kind of get by. I'd probably do house calls. I'd come into Matt's commune and say, please, I'm not infected. Would you like a nice pink Galar sour grifter beer from 2020?
Well, do we learn anything from the current coronavirus situation in terms of what strange things we all might be reaching for? So obviously toilet paper, I'm not sure how much of a help that will be when push comes to shove, but hand sanitizer, maybe, flu shots, disinfectant to inject, you name it, all sorts of different things that you may or may not need.
Yeah, you've just given me one. It'd be like a mobile instant noodle Ramaria. So you pull off the side of the road, you ring a bell, here's your 2-minute noodles, because they only take 2 minutes, less threat of zombies attacking on the side of the road. And yeah, trade a gallon of fuel for that.
Eating's cheating, mate.
Are you familiar with the term? Do people still do this? And obviously we can't go in the pubs at the moment. But are you familiar with the term celebrity spinner or celebrity slap? And you'd be playing the pokies, which I haven't done for many years. But you'd be playing and someone reach over your shoulder and just breathe booze in your mouth, in your ear, and just be like, celebrity spinner, and then just slap down and then just waste all your credits on, and then you might win, you might not, you probably don't. you remember that?
Vaguely.
Breathe booze in your mouth.
Yeah, that's where I got caught up.
Yeah, well, you know, the heart was there, and I just, you know.
When you expressed it like that, I really felt like I was back in that pokey room at the Cambo. I really felt like I was there. Because it did feel like you were breathing booze into your mouth, you know?
Yep. And probably cigarette smoke as well. Just getting that aura.
Oh, takes me back.
Do you think, is that a way? Do zombies like the pokies and would attract by cigarette smoke? Maybe that's something that would lure them. The sound of pokies really loud and then cigarette smoke in a pump.
Yeah, the bright lights, the noises. Like, you see people sitting at the pokies, they have zombie-like qualities. I think that could be a decoy.
Yeah, it could be a place to corral them.
Put them in the cast, you know, Star City, round them up.
Obviously not sponsored by Star, so you can say that, it's fine.
Oh, I think we've solved the problem, haven't we?
I think we've got there.
I think we've come to the conclusion that we'd be in serious trouble. Matt will survive only as long as they don't find his farm, basically, which won't take them long, particularly if he's got to go via the inner west of Sydney to pick up Emily to make his way back out.
Look, you might be better off going the opposite way because everybody else might be thinking the same thing. So we need to go west.
Oh,
against the traffic.
Head the other way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's savvy. See, that's savvy.
See?
That's good.
The advantage that Emily has that when it all breaks, she's in a very populated area, right? So that's her big disadvantage. But you're out in the country.
Yeah.
But you're at work and you've got to get home to get your family, right? And then you've got to go out west. So there's a bit of risk there. Emily can just shut down the laptop. See you later, kids, clients, customers. Farewell. This will be our last broadcast. Closes the laptop. You won't even need your Opal, Emily. Just pick any bus. You won't even need it. Just jump on any bus and just head.
Drive the bus.
You drive the bus. If you can overpower the bus driver, whatever. All power to you. But you've got that advantage. You can just leave.
I think I would befriend the bus driver and we'd become, you know, like dependent on each other for our zombie escape adventure. You know, like we could be some kind of odd couple adventure duo getting out of the city. Would make for very entertaining viewing.
Well, I think they made that movie quite a while ago with, wasn't that Priscilla, Queen of the Desert? They went on the bus and went west and they're kind of a, you know, they weren't unlikely duo, but and they didn't overtake a bus. So this parallel is pretty shit. Sorry.
Speed works.
Speed. Yeah.
That does bring us to the end of our time here at the pub for this afternoon, this evening. Matt and Emily, thank you so much for coming down and helping us walk through what we do if the situation gets worse. And it very well might, Ben. It very well might.
I think it is. And it's you'll probably find it in tomorrow's news bulletin, I'd say.
Go west.
Go west.
Where the
west is best.
If people want to find more, they can do it now, can't they?
They can, www.counterlunch.com.au, or you can search for our podcast on Spotify. We'd love to hear any suggestions or people that you'd like on to come down and have a beer with us at the pub, which is counterlunchau@gmail.com. Or you can get us on Facebook or Instagram at counterlunchau as well.
Sounds amazing. That's it for this week. Thanks so much, everyone. Tater plates away.
Oh, put a fork in me. I'm done.
Message received today at 2:57 p.m.
All you little disc jockey mother, come and join us down at the Star Hotel tomorrow for a bit of two-up and a bit of Anzac Day tradition. Or unless you want to, just stay at home and be a little, be a few skewies on board and a bit of a minute silence coming to the 11:11. So I don't know. See you down there for a couple of trophies and a couple of coin flicks. Ring me, you little.
To call back, press 22. To delete, press 5. Message deleted.